Zoom from the jail. Attorney Jacob Wagner is with him there at the jail. Also present is Mr. King by Zoom representing the state, and also the probation department, Officer Balser. The defendant was placed on community control in this case on July 3rd, 2019, on a conviction for aggravated possession of drugs for fourth-degree felony. The court received a notification that Mr. Waters had allegedly violated the conditions of his community control, and he was advised of that back in June, or actually advised of that last week on July 12th. The court appointed Mr. Wagner and then set the matter for hearing today. All right, now, Mr. Wagner, you had an opportunity to review these allegations with your client.
I have, Your Honor.
Okay, she's going to admit any of the violations. We're going to make that hearing.
If I may, Your Honor. Yes, I've spoken with Mr. King and actually Mr. Balser on all these issues. My client yesterday and I spoke sometime about this. I don't know how the court is going to handle this, Your Honor. I think the Rule 1, we do admit to the conviction out of Hillsborough Municipal Court. I've confirmed that to basically the online records that it was a conviction. We admit to that. We do admit to the Rule 11 that he was incarcerated in Claremont County on May 31st. You know, this charges were dropped. We did fail to properly notify Mr. Balser of that contact with law enforcement. The problem becomes, Your Honor, I think on the Rule 2, 3, and 20, is where my client does not agree to those violations. As far as the Rule 3, verifying his address, I think our contention would be, I'm not trying that allegation, because he was homeless, so there was not an address to verify. But the 2 and 20 violations may be the hang-up or the linchpin as far as the court's decision, Your Honor. He denies those. And I think the April 20th, 2020 is going to be amended to say 2021. Is that correct, Mr. King?
That is correct. Okay, 4/20/21. Okay.
Correct. If I may, sir.
Yes.
So on the Rule 2, what it actually would entail, because he was incarcerated on the June report, so the debate would be April and May. He did not report as properly notified. Then the argument, the other debate would be is if he completed the aftercare cornerstone, which we allege he did, and the state alleges he did not.
Well, it appears the Rule 11 allegation is arrested on the 31st of May and compared to the 11th of June. Rule 2 alleges he failed to report since April 20. It hadn't verified, Rule 3 hadn't verified his address after that day. So, is he admitting or denying that?
He's denying Rule 2 and Rule 20, Your Honor.
All right, so I assume he has evidence that he has completed his aftercare then?
Your Honor, my client, as far as a piece of paper note, he indicated he presented to Toya Watson before the files went over from her department to Mr. Balser's department.
I see. All right. All right, well, Mr. King, what do you want to do?
State's prepared to go forward with testimony.
All right, well, I'm going to continue this hearing then for a contested hearing because I have to take my wife to the hospital at 3:15. I don't have time today. So we will continue this until Thursday at 1 p.m. I will do that. That'll be an in-person hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Joseph Schneider.
Joe?
Case number 20 CR 78, State of Iowa versus Joseph Schneider. Are you Joseph Schneider there at the jail with Ms. Wagner?
Your Honor.
All right, they are appearing from by Zoom from the jail. Mr. King, representing the state, is here. Also, Mr. Balls, representing the probation department. This is hearing on a alleged violation of community control. The defendant was placed on community control on September the 2nd of last year for aggravated possession of meth, 5th degree felony. The defendant was placed, as I said, on community control. The court received a notification of alleged violation of conditions of community control, and that was filed on July 7th, and alleged he had violated Rule 2. Daily report since October of 2020. Rule 15 still owed $277.50 in fees, and Rule 19 he failed to complete his substance use disorder after care through Creel. And that was signed by Officer Balser, who's also present on this Zoom hearing. Court appointed Mr. Wagner representing the defendant, set the matter for hearing today. So is your client admitting or denying these allegations, Mr. Wagner?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you understand you have a right to have a hearing in this matter, Mr. Snyder, and your attorney would cross-examine the witnesses against you, and you would be able to testify on your own behalf and on your own behalf. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that in the event that you are found to have violated these, whether it be by hearing or by your admission, the court can do one of three things: continue to be control under the same conditions, continue with additional conditions, or the third most serious is I could revoke you and send you to prison for 12 months, fine you $2,500. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with that understanding, do you admit or deny the allegations filed on July the 7th?
I admit.
All right. Anything from the state or probation department regarding disposition?
Yes, Your Honor. Given that this is the defendant's first community control violation, the state and the probation department just asked that he be continued on community control in order to complete treatment. Thank you.
Mr. Wagner, anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask this court to follow the state and probation recommendation. Speaking to Joe yesterday, long story short, he did miss on the substance abuse counseling in October. Made the dumb decision of getting spooked and then failing to report. That's why he failed to report. He died to get in trouble for not completing substance abuse. He's represented me, Your Honor, during this time period. He was working in Corvac up until about a week and a half ago. What was that box company name? AMCP, I think it's a box company over in Greenfield.
Yeah, and McCollum's
So he was earning a paycheck during that time, Your Honor, up until basically getting served here, being incarcerated. We'd asked the court for an opportunity, last one, to complete community control and any substance abuse follow-ups, Your Honor.
Okay, was he tested when he was arrested?
No trouble.
So we don't know when the last time was he used then. Or anything else you'd like to say, Mr. Snyder?
No, Your Honor.
So you didn't complete your treatment at Frio. Why not?
Because they went on quarantine and they wanted me to do the phone, do it over the phone for like 3 hours. Do my group over the phone for 3 hours after working, and I just was falling asleep because I'd worked all night. I worked third shift, and I missed during the quarantine, and they was wanting me to restart all over again. And I was almost completely through the first part of the Frio. I have several drug screens where I passed while I was in the grill, probably,
Yeah, but when's the last time you had a drug test?
since October.
Right, and that's not the last time you used either, is it?
Just weed.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, well, here's the order of the court. I'm going to give you another chance to continue on community control. However, you're going to be evaluated for further treatment. And if residential treatment is indicated, then you're going to be required to enroll in and complete that. And any aftercare, you're going to hold in jail until you're evaluated. And then as soon as Sturgill determines what the appropriate placement is, then you'll be released to go either to residential treatment, or if she determines that outpatient is sufficient, then you'll be released for that on condition you comply. But this will be the last time, and all that BS you just gave me is exactly that BS. Here's the deal: you got a drug problem. You don't get over drug addiction by working, and you can't put work ahead of that. We talk about that all the time in drug court, and it's just back to life. And you didn't complete your counseling, your program. This ain't my first rodeo. I don't believe for a second that you haven't used meth or other drugs since October. You probably have used weed, but I think you've been using other stuff too, and you can get by becoming that because there's no one to prove otherwise. Just because you say it don't mean I believe it, and I'm telling you I don't believe it. So you're going to stay in jail. Mr. Balzer having evaluated, or Mrs. Sturgill and or FRS, and then once they make a decision, you'll be released either for outpatient. If you get released for outpatient, then you report to probation upon your release. If not, you'll be held until you have a bed available for residential treatment, whether it be Massey House, Recovery Council, wherever. All right. Anything further, council?
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
We should assess my running time, Sturgill. All right. Yep.
All right, Thomas Shoemaker. Case number 20 CR 147, State versus Thomas Shoemaker. Thomas Shoemaker.
No.
If I may, Your Honor.
Who is this?
This is Seth Wilkes.
Who?
Seth Wilkes.
All right, Seth Wilkes.
We have two cases, Judge.
All right, case number 20 CR 90, 220 CR 261 and 21 CR 92, both State of Ohio. Wait a minute. Yeah, both State of Ohio versus Seth Wilkes. Mr. Wilkes is appearing by Zoom from the Justice Center with his attorney, Mr. Wagner. Mr. King is present on behalf of the state. All right. Now, Mr. Wilkes is charged in 20 CR 261 with aggravated possession of methamphetamine and possession of drugs. That was set for a pre-trial and a trial after the defendant picked up on a capious, and then in 21 CR 92 he was indicted for failure to appear previously in the other case. All right, counsel, where do we stand on these cases?
If I may, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. In case, the 20 CR 261, that was a matter that there was potential resolution, and that is my client failed to appear, and that's when case 92 came out. So case 261 is set for a final pretrial today. In case 92 or 21 CR 92, they first. They're both scheduled for a jury trial August 23rd. I am in the process of potentially getting a global resolution on this matter. I'm not even going to ask you for a status hearing, Judge. If we can just keep it on the 23rd, and I'll come back when I get a plea done, and we'll schedule a motion. That's acceptable?
That's acceptable. All right. Thank you. All right, who's the next one?
Mr. Shoemaker, for the record, Judge, if Warren is not here, I believe he was medically furloughed out of his home.
You know what? That is correct. He was. He is at the hospital. They're supposed to be at the hospital, and when he gets discharged, he's report back. All right, Junior Morrison or Destiny Wilson, whoever's out there. Junior Morrison. All right.
That's the next.
All right, this is case number 21 CR 104, State of Ohio versus Junior Lewis Morrison. You're Junior Lewis Morrison? Mr. Morrison is appearing by video from the Justice Center with his attorney Jacob Wagner, Assistant Prosecutor King, present by Zoom for the state. Defendant charged with illegal conveyance, drugs into the jail, and aggravated possession of methamphetamine. This is the first pre-trial, final pre-trial set for, looks like 8/1. And August 26th is the jury trial. I see that the state provided a bill of particulars, discovery, and, did you file your discovery yet, Mr. Wagner?
I'm not, sir.
All right, it'll be due by the final pre-trial. Do you anticipate any pre-trial motions?
I'm not, Your Honor.
And has there been a written plea offer provided?
If I may, Mr. King,
Yes.
he was put in my box maybe Thursday or Friday, is that correct?
The 13th, yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Collins, I stopped in her office this morning, she gave me a verbal offer. And if it is correct, what I believe I remember it being, I've already spoken to Sturgill about setting up an assessment, is that correct, Adam?
Yep.
That's already been started, Your Honor, I spoke out to Ms. Sturgill to get the assessment started.
Okay. All right, thank you. Next case is Destiny Wilson.
I already set the assessment up. All right, buddy, Tommy Sturgill will come out to see you. All right, buddy.
State of Ohio versus Destiny Wilson. 21 CR 72. Are you Destiny Wilson there at the jail, Mr. Wagner?
Yes, sir.
All right, this hearing is being conducted by Zoom. Mr. Wagner is fine appearing from the jail. Assistant Prosecutor King is present from the state. The defendant is charged with receiving stolen property and 5 counts of forgery. Mr. Wagner was just recently appointed last week after the previously appointed attorney, Ms. Witt, had to withdraw due to a conflict. So the court just appointed Mr. Wagner, I think, on the 9th. Have you had an opportunity to get the file from Ms. Witt, Mr. Wagner?
I have, Your Honor. If I may, I've gone over the case with my client over the weekend. It's my understanding there could potentially be a new charge coming around the next grand jury process. I've already spoken to Ms. Collins about a potential resolution for that not to come and to wrap everything up into this case. My only fear, sir, is putting me up against the 2-week rule on the August 12th. If I can't get it wrapped up by then, would the court give me a little leeway if we do structure some kind of agreement? I mean, we'd be willing to wait time and move the 12th or just keep it scheduled, Judge?
Well, let's leave it scheduled, but, we have the final pre-trial on the 21st. Well, that's this week, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
Wednesday today.
Okay, so, well, we'll vacate pre-trial. Okay, that's today's pre-trial, I'm sorry, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you get a resolution here next week, my plans have changed. I will be here next week now. If you can get it in, fine, and if not, if you need to, this was set on a short time frame because of speedy trial, so the court, if she's willing to waive time, will certainly entertain a motion to continue on that basis.
Yes, sir. What's wrong? We've discussed everything.
Okay. All right. You do have the discovery and bill of particulars and a plea offer.
Yep.
You have all that. Okay. All right.